Tournament leader Mitch Beasley taking on Jesper Svensson. Title match at the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions. Beasley's first television experience coming in the very first Chris Paul PBA Celebrity Invitational.
And his partner, Kevin Durant, I think this was Kevin Durant's rookie season in the NBA.
Durant and Beasley teaming up. Now Durant teaming up with the Oklahoma City Thunder, about 40 minutes away here from Shawnee, as eventually Jason Couch and LeBron James would claim that CP3 title. Now Mitch Beasley, tournament leader.
And just a real quick correction, Jesper's last game was 245, not 235.
Beasley, tournament leader, elects to begin.
One of the good guys. Yeah, he doesn't want to finish on the left lane. Let's see if he figured anything out.
Mitch Beasley, 47 years old, the 20-year Air Force veteran, begins the title match. And misses the head pin. 1, 2, 4, 8.
Wow. Wow.
Beasley in match play over the last 2 rounds, 13 of 14 matches ran, including 8-0 on Friday night. And that is presented by Rolltech, today's Rolltech stat.
I have a really bad feeling about this match. If Jesper Svensson can keep it together, this might be a rout.
And the open frame, 9 out for Beasley. Why and how can you sense that so quickly?
Because the left lane has deteriorated so bad for the right-handers. If you get it a little right, it doesn't hook back. You get it going up the lane, it goes through the face. Jesper doesn't have that problem. He can hit the pocket on both lanes at will. A great game bowled on the right side right now, in my opinion, is about 210 or 220. That's a huge game. Jesper can do that on the left side right now with his eyes closed.
Mixing strike for Svensson.
Jesper Svensson, just 20 years old. If you're wondering who the youngest TSC winner is, I'll tell you that in a minute as we take a look at that swishing strike on the right lane. Youngest player ever to win the TSC, Marshall Holman, 1976, 21 years of age, 207 days.
Enjoyed working with Marshall 4 straight days on Extra Frames coverage of this event. Now, Svensson, second frame. Whoa, he's got it.
Thank you both.
Just a monster. When he can use that urethane ball, all the players talk about this youngster. They've seen him bowl around the world. When he can use urethane, he can't be beat.
Beasley, however, 9 frames remaining to find a way to try. He got him in the position round match, which solidified his position as the #1 seed. And now he's out in front of the ball return on the right lane, second frame. Kimberly Pressler is with Tom Doherty.
Thanks, Mike. Tom, you did well. You took out 2 competitors. You took out the Player of the Year, defending champion, but you are going to go home at this point because that left lane was giving you some issues. What were they?
Yeah, it was definitely just hooking earlier. We call it the Belmo effect. So by the time he got over there, he destroyed that lane, and I don't see how anyone's going to beat the left-hander today. That lane's, Mitch has already missed a head pin on it once. So I gave it a run, but you're just not going to beat a lefty when the lanes get like that.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Exactly what we're seeing up here from our vantage point, what we've seen, that left lane was fine after match #1, and then it quickly deteriorated. There it is. Get it right, it hangs. Get it up the lane, it goes through the face. The only other option would be to take your urethane ball out, move right, and throw it straight up second arrow.
Talking to Mitch yesterday about that, he said it was remote, but if you've got 2 shots on each lane, that position might come to him as a last effort?
Unless he tried it in practice, I don't see him going to that.
Covers the 6-9-10. Beasley spares. Jesper Svensson travels the world in pursuit of bowling, and he travels with Martin Larsson and Asku Palermo, and those are the three amigos of the world. And interestingly enough, Martin acts as a confidant and offers some tips, but Asku plays it close to the vest.
Yeah, Jesper said that Osku won't give him any help, and when he does, it's simply, yeah, go throw that urethane ball. Look out. Ooh.
Just a touch high, 6-pin. Jesper trying to calm himself down. PBA.com is offering Extra Frame, the PBA's online subscription video service. Coming up, starting next week, live coverage of Big February rolls on with the USBC Masters starting on Tuesday. The Barbasol PBA Players Championship is the week after that. Also available as an app for your mobile device. Click on PBA.com and visit the Extra Frame link and subscribe. And we'll see you Tuesday at Woodland Bowl. Good spare for Jesper.
Right now, Svensson needs to stay in the moment, not get ahead of himself, not think ahead. This title, in my opinion, is being gift wrapped courtesy of the left lane for the right-handers. All he has to do is execute and stay in the moment and don't think.
He won on the World Tour, beating Pascal Winternheimer at the World Series of Bowling, and then he won on the World Tour in Bahrain, beating Jason Belmonte, now up against Beasley, fourth friendly. Yeah, touch high, but he gets him off. He's got a lot of room in that pocket.
When you have area with a urethane ball and a rev rate approaching 600 or more, and that ball hits the pins, you're going to throw a lot of strikes.
Beasley with a pair of options, the Legion solid at 8.5, and the Heat, the least reactive at 7. That's a hook rating on a scale of 10 in hook potential.
Yeah, that's right.
On the right.
Yep. I can't say enough what he did in match play this year's tournaments.
Mrs. Mitch Beasley and Jellimar Beasley. Turnabout is fair play as Mitch cheered on in Jellimar in the PBA Challenge at the World Series of Bowling. And now in Jellimar in the stands cheering on her husband. And on the PBA Regional Tour this year, first time ever, in Jellimar met Mitch in a title match on the PBA Regional Tour. It's never happened previously.
You know who won?
Mitch won.
Of course. Well.
Big shot, fifth frame, can cut the lead in half. Beasley finds a strike on the left lane.
Yeah, he made a great shot. Mitch Beasley, one of the good guys, finds a way to throw a double and gives young Jesper Svensson something to think about.
The Harry Golden PBA Rookie of the Year, looking for his first major. 20 years old, would be the youngest Tournament of Champions winner in history. 10-pin lead, can double it back to 20, fifth frame.
Yes! Great.
Oh, yeah!
Great shot. Youngest major champion ever, Mike Albee, 19 years old, winning in 1979 the PBA National Championship. As we take another look, piping it straight up second arrow, and that's 10 back.
Halfway home title match at the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions. Jesper Svensson, double, spare, double, 20-pin advantage, but Beasley has two strikes working, and he found a temporary solution on the left lane. First crack at the 6 belongs to Svensson. Jesper kicks out the 7.
Well, he's repeating, making really, really good shots. It is a young gun revolution out here on the PBA Tour. Just great pin action.
Mitch Beasley bowling with his wife in Jalomar, big proponent of the regional program. It's where Mitch learned to bowl. It's the proving ground for learning equipment, lanes, and lane play, and Mitch has earned 20 regional titles in his career. Skates wide, 2-pin.
I saw Mitch about 3 weeks ago in Vegas at the military championship. It's the largest non-combat gathering of active and retired military. 1,800 of America's finest at the tournament. Mitch is telling me, yeah, I made some changes to my game. Good conversion there. So we asked him last night to talk about some of these changes. He said, well, let's see. My body position, right foot open a little bit more. My right shoulder's a little bit lower at setup. My second step's got to be a little bit slower and more open. My push away has to be straighter, and I'm lower at the foul line. And I said, how long have you been working on all of this? And he says, oh, about 2 weeks.
He is a tactician, and I would expect that as an Air Force Master Sergeant in the belly of a C-130 as a crew chief, he is used to sequencing a lot of things.
C-130 Hercules, I'm very familiar with that airplane.
7th frame.
Look out. Yep. Seen a crossover a few times. Doherty, Belmonte. It's not your fault, Mitch. It's that lane. It's tough. It's brutal. As we take a look at some of his accomplishments, 20th in 2012 in this event. Out-averaged everybody here in match play.
On the regional, he's won in 6 of the 7 PBA regions. He said he never would have evolved to where I am as a player without the PBA regional program.
This way, this way.
Match in Jesper Svensson's hands. 3 strikes working.
Interesting how he self-talks in English. He just said, come on, kid, one more. What do you make of that, MJ?
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That is not what the Romans do. 5-8, crossing over, first really bad shot.
Yeah. You hear him just said, hey, come on, relax. That's what happens when you start looking ahead. When you start thinking about the trophy and the money and the title, and you're not focused on what you're doing right here, right? What's in front of you. Mind starts to wander, starts to think about things, takes you right out of your game plan. You start making shots like that.
Refocuses for the spare.
Right now, Mike, he should be numb. Bowl the rest of this game and then watch it a week from now or whenever he can and go, you know what, I don't even remember those last 3 frames.
But we're all human. That watch, if he's wearing it, the pulse goes up, Randy. You've been there.
Yeah, no, you know, the great ones, they figure out a way to separate. They separate themselves mentally, and they get into a place of such focus that there's really nothing else happening around them.
8 frame, 30-pin lead for Svensson. Messenger, yes!
Savage. Give me a dab after that one. Come on, Jesper. Give me a dab.
Classic understated Norwegian. A bit better. As the head pin obliterates the 7. Easily 8th frame. And a 2 4-10. He flirted with that on that right lane the last time.
Well, a great week for Mitch Beasley, who's served, when he was in the military, served tours in Afghanistan, Pakistan. Bowled so great in match play to earn the #1 seed. And with all the power on the right side, the lanes disintegrated. And by the time he got to him, there wasn't a whole lot left. Jesper Svensson's the only southpaw throwing urethane. Guess what? Urethane doesn't absorb the oil like the reactive resin does. His shot, if anything, just got better after practice, after shots thrown before his last match. And then he just developed him and made him even better.
And Mitch, with the support of his wife and Jelimar and daughter Barbara, he says happiness is the most important thing to me, and happiness and family. If I don't strike, I can always return to the source of my happiness. Trying to punch out here. Last crack at the left lane, and that one sails wide.
Yeah.
That left lane
Such a good lane.
is so bad.
Wow.
That ball looked like it wiggled twice. It's interesting that Tom Doherty calls it the Belmo effect, because that lane was fine in game 1. And then all of a sudden Belmo comes out, starts bowling, and you can see that that lane starts to hang a little bit. Players get the ball a little bit to the right, and then it starts to hang. Then they move in, and then they square it up a little bit. It goes through the nose, and then all of a sudden the lane's destroyed.
Spare for Beasley, and Svensson will finish first. The magic number is 193 to win $50,000 at the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions and claim a major title. Runner-up earns 25 grand. Tom Doherty takes home 13,000, 11-10 for 4th and 5th.
All he has to do is keep it on the lane the next 2 frames, and he'll be the youngest player ever to win the Tournament of Champions.
Oh! Solid 9. The power of Svensson with urethane.
Ooh. Oh, that brings back bad memories.
Cover the 9 and claim your first PBA major title. Jesper Svensson becomes the youngest player in PBA history to be a champion among champions. 3rd career title, 1st major, and a 10th frame to enjoy it.
Yeah, you look back at his first match against Tom Doherty, he goes strike open, and then followed it up with a 7-bagger.
Mitch Beasley, runner-up finish. Disappointment, but a great tournament for Beasley. Seeds himself into the title match.
Great performance.
Yeah! Jesper Svensson claims the title at the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions. He will hoist the trophy, and Kimberly Pressler will catch up with him when we return to the Firelake Arena.
The two-handed revolution has taken over the PBA Tour. Jesper Svensson, with his sick power, wins his first major.
Jesper Svensson, 226, a winner in the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions, claiming his first major title and 3rd overall PBA Tour title. Kimberly Pressler's with our champion.
That's right. I'm also with Carmen Silvino. Carmen, can you please do the honors and hand him the trophy?
There you go. You just bowled in the tournament that the best of the best bowled in, and today you are the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well said, Carmen. Thank you so much. Jesper, you are officially the youngest player to ever win a TOC major. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm pretty much out of words. I just can't describe what I feel right now. I'm just so happy and so thankful to be here, and yeah, I'm out of words.
Well, you made it look easy. Everyone was having issues with that left lane except for you. You just kept striking. How did you do that?
Actually, the left lane was hooking a bit more for me, but I just took pretty early control over it, so yeah, I could make the right adjustment, so yeah.
Well, Jesper, congratulations, because you just put an exclamation on why it is that you were chosen the Rookie of the Year. Do you dedicate this to anybody?
You know, pretty much the sponsors, Storm and Turbo, for all the support and the ball reps that's going behind us. Every week we're out here, and yeah, everyone back home, thank you for all the support. Yeah, I'm so thankful.
Congratulations on becoming a major winner.
Big February continues on ESPN next Sunday. Live from Woodland Bowl, it's the United States Bowling Congress Masters, followed by the Barbasol PBA Players Championship. All on ESPN, all live. The youth movement on the PBA Tour is real. The youngest ever to claim the Firelake PBA Tournament of Champions title, Sweden's Jesper Svensson. For Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, this is Mike Jakubowski. See you next week. More live action from Woodland Bowl at the Masters.